Hey guys, Tommy Bryson here, and welcome to the Tommy Bryson Show. And you know, people say all the time, hey Tommy, if someone is willing to divorce you over money, they must be a gold digger. However, the average person gets divorced because basically money problems, money troubles, money troubles, money troubles. So today, we're reacting to a family that actually became millionaires in 5 years and actually saved their entire marriage. Tell me, this channel is a marriage counseling. No, it's not marriage counseling, but I'm super curious how these people became millionaires in 5 years and also saved their marriage. That's what I want to learn. Now, if you guys are new here, I post videos every single day. So you should also like and subscribe and hit the bell so you get notified every time I post a new video every single day. Without further ado, let's see exactly what the heck this family actually did.
Hi, my name's John Scully. My friends call me Scully. This is my wife, Maddie. We're from San
Antonio, Texas. There's so many people in San Antonio that are frugal people that have just become millionaires just like that, right? It's like the third couple, I think, I've seen so far from San Antonio.
Texas.
By the way, guys, how do you guys feel about being millionaires and get into your goals like at this age? You know, like obviously they are a little older, right? They're like probably like in their 50s or 60s. How do you feel about that? Do you want to be a millionaire like in your 20s or 30s? And by the way, I don't think that they didn't enjoy their lives, but how do you guys feel about that? Like just comment down below, let me know. Just an observation.
Coming together as a family, a big blended family, it was a lot of stress. Like most people, we married because, you know, because of chemistry, not because we kind of vetted each other and
Yeah, and that's usually not a good idea, you know. Honestly, man, when I was first like proposing to my fiance, like in the I proposed twice, by the way, like 6 months when I first met her, and then basically after 5 years after actually going through the whole thing with an actual ring and all that stuff. But even till this day, we're actually still vetting each other. And this book right here is a great book on it. Okay, it's called Before You Save the Date: 21 Questions by Dr. Paul Frizzen. And this book will teach you everything you need to know about what questions you need to ask that person before you actually go ahead and save the date and actually get married. Important. Don't marry because you like that person. In 18 months, that will wear off, okay? You gotta marry because actually it makes sense. Not just financially, but also emotionally, as a mother, all types of stuff you need to know about. So get this book. It's like 10 bucks on Amazon. You'll thank me later.
and decided we're functional people. But she was 37 and I was 38, I think. I had 3 kids from a prior marriage.
Wow. 3 kids from the prior marriage, 30-somethings. Did she have kids also? Let's hear about it.
And I had 2.
And she had 2.
All right, so it sounded like, hey, I'm bringing over 2, you're bringing over 3, that's 5 kids. I wonder if they actually have kids together. I wonder that. Or they were like, no, I don't want any more kids.
She'd been a single mom for 9 years or so and always really struggled with money.
That's something that I never want, man. I want to make sure whoever I marry, man, I do not want to go through the entire like making her a single mom. Because by the way, I grew up obviously with a single mom and so on. It's terrible. Like it's not like it's bad, but it's just like, you know, like you wish you know something's missing there, right? It's just obvious.
And my assumption is she's struggling because it's single mom, 2 kids.
I'd also been in domestic violence situations where they controlled all of the money. So I had...
That's something that I never want to do either, guys. One thing was when I first started dating my fiance, I made sure that basically, like, she didn't need me for anything. Does that make sense? Like, sometimes, like, as a guy, you want to be needed. That way you know you're always going to be useful. But my thing was always like, hey, I don't want you to ever need me. I want you to get a career. I want you to get a job, work on something else. Here's how you invest your own money. Here's how you do this. Because basically, I want to make sure if something happens to me, that person can survive without me. That's the goal there. I don't want anybody to be with me just because they need me. It's a terrible idea. You do not want to be that.
That I didn't want to let him know about my money or anything about it because I didn't want him to take control of it.
But she
Yeah, so it sounds like she had a lot of healing to actually do. And now he's coming to his relationship and he has to figure that out, right? And most likely when he first married her, he had no idea about any of this stuff, man. This is tough.
had a lot of debt, and we came together with all of these kids and all of the stress under one roof. And we didn't combine our finances. You know, I kind of paid the...
By the way, I hate people. Well, let me not say that, right? But I hate the idea, not people. The idea that people think that basically, you know what? You're separate here. I'm separate here. we just get together like in bed or whatever, right? No, it's a bad concept. When you marry someone, you're joining lives together, you're joining kids together, you're joining finances together, you're joining families together. It's the whole boat. So yeah, you can't be like, I can't tell you about my money. No, whatever. My fiance, yes guys, fiance, I keep forgetting that, but my fiance knows everything about all my money. I know about all her money, the way she knows everything, right? You want to have someone you actually trust, right? You don't want to be like, haha, you can't know what I have. No, I'm liable for everything too.
The mortgage and the car payments, and she'd pay the utilities. And in 2009, I had an opportunity to get a master's degree, and we just didn't even see each other. She spent her time with our daughter, and I'm just working and going to school, and we're just living almost completely separate lives.
That's also something that I never want to do also. But Tommy, sometimes you're gonna be busy. Gotta sacrifice. I get that, guys, but you gotta make times for the things that are important in your life, right? So even, for example, my fiance, I make time every weekend. Hey, I'm here. What do you want to do? Let's go get some Indian food. Let's go do something, whatever you want to do, right? You gotta make time for those things. Even for myself, I want to play Call of Duty every now and then, right? You gotta make time for the things that are important. Do not slack on this, bro.
We weren't talking. We come in the house and go separate directions.
That is terrible. That is terrible. And by the way, usually that's a symptom of something else, right? So all this underlying fear that she has, him not really knowing what to do with it, all this stuff, it's just like underlying stuff going on, right?
I'm not sure what compelled me to do it, but I happened to check my credit at some point, and I pulled my credit report, and there was like $20,000 in credit card debt that was in my name that I had no idea I had.
Whoa. Look at her face. She's about to say something here. Did she take out loans in his name? By the way, guys, before you say anything, right? Remember, 5 years later, they became millionaires and they saved their marriage. So obviously, we had a happy ending here. But this is insane. You know what I'm saying? What would you do in this case, guys?
Yeah, I did that. So
I find out about it, right? And, we have kind of that come to Jesus conversation, and we talk through it.
Come to Jesus conversation. That's funny. I don't know, man. I would freak out for like a moment and then try to understand what the heck is going on here. Like, why can't you talk to me about this stuff?
And I paid it off.
I was broken, and I thought as long as I looked perfect on the outside, but I was ruining our house and our family and our marriage. I was just.
How did he not find out that he owed $20,000? You know, guys, this is like okay. As a husband, as a leader, as a CEO, as whatever you are, you can never let things get to a point where you're like not aware of anything that's going on. Like, the whole thing is trust but verify. Trust but verify, always.
Crazy. Proverbs 25:28 says, a person without self-control is like a city with broken down walls.
By the way, guys, every single house I've seen, so for example, in this entire series, has just been amazing. Amazing. By the way, great quote there. A person without self-control is like a city without walls, no protection.
And I had no control over my anger, my emotions, my spending, anything, my words. I was mean. I was just an ugly person.
And by the way, guys, people can change, but only when they want to and only when they are ready to. You can't change anyone.
Few more years go by, and we hit a breaking point in the relationship where I just saw no hope. Scared to death, what that meant to our daughter.
By the way, one thing is, I will always be open to like counseling. Like, those things are corny, like where I come from, like counseling, all this stuff, like deal with your own problems. But no, like counseling, like marriage counseling, like talking to things, pastor, whatever it is, to work things out. I never want to like have my kid come from a broken home. Like, I always think there's a way to fix something, unless there's not, right? But I want to give it all I can. All I can.
I finally gave up and hired an attorney and filed for divorce, and I left.
That's insane, man. You can't just leave with the kids and all that stuff, man. But also understand how frustrated this guy was, right? Guy comes home, $20,000 in debt, barely talks to his wife. He's somewhere else, she's somewhere else. But it's they're both adults, man. So I'm not gonna like dress it up pretty here. They're both at fault for this.
We met together at some kind of mandatory counseling thing, I think. And somehow we walked out of the place, different doors or something, and we met on the stairs or something outside of this counselor's office.
Conversation is literally everything. Like sometimes like the worst problems can just be just solved with just conversations. Not just like I talk, you listen to talk back to me. No, just like listening to listen and hear that person out. Like true conversation.
And that was a bit of a turning point in our relationship.
We knew we loved each other. We were like, we don't want to be doing this. So we started counseling. In April of 2012, a friend of mine asked me
2012. Look at that, guys. This is 2018. This video from 2018. That's like 6 years ago.
if I wanted to go see Dave Ramsey at a live event here in San Antonio. And it was the most amazing experience. He said that line that he says, if you have a problem with your money, it's not the money, it's the person in the mirror. And right
there you go. If you have problems with your money, it's not the money, it's the person in the mirror. There's always just you. Money's a tool. The person that wields it is always going to be the problem to it. And I love to see, for example, with my videos or Dave videos, whoever's videos out there, right, that click people get when things just like start clicking and clicking and clicking for them. Because sometimes for us, we think it's simple, right? You know about money, simple stuff. But people that don't know about any of this stuff, man, things just click out of nowhere. And that to me is amazing. That's why I do this.
there, it just clicked. I was the problem. It gave me hope that I could change the person in the mirror and that we could get together on our finances and we could still make our marriage work.
And by the way, I think it is true, right? She noticed that, hey, I'm the problem here. Like I have an issue, but he also has an issue, right? Because he's kind of like a little bit like far, you know? Like you have to have like an active marriage when people are trying to sort things out. And by the way, I can't really judge. It's like a 4-minute video so far, but that's what I see here. I don't want to. I want to make sure that, again, you trust but you verify. You got to be active in your marriage, actively looking to help somebody out. But again, 3 kids, 2 kids, abuse in the past, it's tough. It's tough to get through.
I knew I could do this, and all I had to do was convince him, ask him, can we do this? Can we try this, please? And really, he didn't trust me.
Talk is cheap, right? Actions speak much louder than words. And by this time, we're starting to go to a local church. Lo and behold, our church offers Financial Peace University. So
that's awesome. Dave Ramsey's literally everywhere. Literally everywhere. But yeah, sometimes somebody like does something to you, you don't trust them anymore. Even when they come back with the truth, that's why, and you still don't trust them. That's why it's so important, man. You have to keep like a very high standard to yourself and make sure you don't betray people, because I think what's the quote here? I have a quote here by Warren Buffett. I'll read it to you guys, okay? It says, it takes 20 years to build reputation and only 5 minutes to ruin it. If you think about that, you will think things through before you actually do something, right? It takes so long to build something, and in 5 minutes, boom, everything's gone. You gotta think things through before you actually take action.
Simultaneously, we signed up for a marriage recovery class and for FPU, and it just gave us a lot of tools to really diffuse these difficult situations that all couples go through. For us,
by the way, everything is tools, right? Marriage is just tools. Like learn how to talk to somebody, communicate to somebody, right? It's not things you actually grew up with, right? So yeah, like whatever you don't know, find out what the heck is going on, right? That's all it is. Just find out what don't you know. That's it.
Buried in over $300,000 in debt when we went through that class. And
wow. So she got $20,000 in debt, right? But then there was also like another $300,000. That's crazy.
And what I saw in Maddie was this incredible energy to do whatever it takes to get out of debt. We sold everything that wasn't nailed down in our home. What you can accomplish when both.
That is awesome. That is awesome. It's 10 times better to work together than to work separately. It's dumb, Like if you're married, work together. That's the whole point. You have somebody that's going to be there with you no matter what, and it's going to thrive through everything. That's what you want.
Both of you are kind of pulling in the same direction with your finances. It's powerful. For us, it's a complete paradigm shift from what's going on in American culture, right? People want instant gratification. We've completely flipped that based on these principles. And
everyone Everyone wants instant gratification. Oh look, Dave Ramsey is on their kitchen thing, man. That's awesome, man. Step by step, man. Step by step. But yeah. Yeah, instant gratification is everyone wants it, including me, right? But the point is, like, you have to fix that within your mind. You have to fix that for sure.
You know, that first 15 months or so, we paid off almost $110,000 in debt. August 18th.
Wow, $110,000 in debt in the first 4 months, he said? This guy must make a lot of money, man.
We paid off the house this past summer.
That is awesome. Also paid off the house.
Down to Nashville, and we're pacing the floor that morning, ready to go do our debt-free scream. We've been investing ever since we paid off all the consumer debt and the land that we had.
By the way, you know, some people talk about Dave Ramsey and stuff, but what he does works, you know? What I do works too, but if it's working for you, man, go after it, right? If you want to pay off all of that debt that fast, have financial freedom that faster, that's awesome. You know, fix your marriage, awesome. You know, that I love that. I love that. No matter who's teaching you it, if it's working for you and it makes sense, I'm for it too.
It's not even mathematically possible. We had grown our investments by nearly $860,000. Net worth is in the neighborhood of $1.3 million.
Wow, $1.3 million. I'm guessing his equity in the house is also like a part of this thing, right? This guy must have a crazy income. I wonder what the heck did this guy actually do, man?
As we stood up to do our debt-free scream.
And that's the house and investments and retirement accounts.
Yeah, just like I thought, man. The house. That holds a lot of equity.
That's it. Okay, so you want to get a divorce. So wait 9 weeks. You know, go to this class. Sit down and drink.
Yeah, look at that, man. You want a divorce? Just wait 9 weeks. You waited 2 years, but you can't wait 9 weeks, right? Or 5 years, or 20 years, right? Just wait. Try to figure this out, man. That's why when you sing them vows, man, what is it called? In sickness and in health, in wealth and importance, and whatever it is, till death do you part. That's what it means. You know what I mean? So you got to make sure before you go ahead and try to mess that up, you go through every single way you can possibly fix it. You just try.
Dream about what if we didn't have any debt? You know, what if we could live? What if we could do whatever we wanted to do? Dream about that and then make a commitment for 9 more weeks. Let's just go to this class. And if it doesn't work, okay, it doesn't work. Probably will. But when you can come home and have a conversation with your spouse about finances when you never could before.
By the way, this woman is over here crying and stuff like that, right? And it's powerful stuff. Why? Because remember, guys, okay, this woman was like abused in a way. I think like she was like restricted from things too, right? And the guy managed everything. She wasn't allowed to do anything. And for her to open up this way for this guy is amazing. That's why she's so emotional. So remember that, guys.
And it's not an argument. It's not scary anymore. And it's bringing you closer together.
There's nothing better than being like transparent with someone 100% and not worrying about being judged. I love that. I love that feeling.
There's a lot of folks that have really good incomes and they're just disorganized. When you can work together.
This guy is not good at pool, by the way. Let's just be honest. Just how to mention that. That's how to mention that, guys. You can't do
kind
that.
of harness the
or can you? Or maybe I'm bad at pool. Who knows? I'll play you. If you're down. Let me know.
These principles, you can turn your life around in a short period of time.
And those days when you're struggling and when you're tired of paying off debt and you don't want to do it anymore, you know, okay, so what we used to do is we go to the...
You gotta have a very powerful why to why you're doing things, man. When you're paying on like $300,000 in debt and you gotta wait like 7 to 10 years, you gotta have a strong motivator to why you're doing that. That's why a lot of people give up. And you hear them talking about, oh, Dave Ramsey's plan is just not good enough. And I want to go on vacation. I want to do all this stuff, you know. And I get it. It's tough. And that it's kind of like, if you want to be in the NBA, although you might have the talent, might have the height, everything, it is still going to be hard as heck to actually get there, right? So that's why only 3 to 10% of people actually get to this level, right? So it's hard. It's tough. It's not easy. And not everyone's going to get there. Everyone can get there, but will everybody do what's willing to actually get there? The answer is no. It's not easy. It's hard as heck.
This restaurant, Maggiano's, you buy 1 meal, you get 1 free. So we'd put those in the freezer, so we'd have a romantic meal. I'd light a candle, we'd reheat the Italian food, put it on nice plates, and then we'd
And by the way, I love this idea. Even in my financial plan, guys, there's always like, for example, 1% of your money goes towards you actually enjoying it and having fun. It's refreshing to see a part of your money actually keep you motivated, right? That's why 1%, at least 1%, has to go towards that. You know, fun, 1% towards investing, 1% towards charity, just like 1% towards you becoming a little bit better and seeing where you're actually going to head to. That's why my plan is so big on this.
Like move the table and we dance in the kitchen and just reconnect. Remember why you're doing it, and that, okay, I can do. And
that's something that they did not do before. Remember, guys, okay, this guy went to get a master's, did not talk to his wife, they didn't talk to each other whatsoever. So that's a part of the problem. But now they're reconnecting together, joining forces. That's awesome.
This for 5 years, or I can do this for however long it's going to take, because then once you're finished, your life is just, that weight is lifted off your shoulders.
Once you're done, man. Once you're done, you're done. You know what I'm saying? This couple owns their house, has investments. Everything is debt-free. They own everything. They have their daughters. They have their kids. We're going to go to college. All this stuff. It's awesome, right? It's hard to get there. It's hard to get to the mountain. But once you're up there, the view is amazing.
And you're free. You're really free. Individually, my turning point was when I went to see Dave. And I think as a couple,
there's always that one click that actually makes everything click, guys. But guys, that is basically about it for this video. You know, overall, what I learned is this, okay? It does not matter how much money you make. It does not matter who you are, where you're from. Financial issues are within every single person. And that's why before you marry someone, you really got to go through all these steps with them, right? Find out exactly who this person actually is before you go ahead and get married. It's not about, hey, I love you and you're cute. I'm cute too. Let's get married, boo-boo. No, it's not about that whatsoever. And by the way, I'm not saying, hey, never marry this girl or never marry this guy. No, but if they would have gone through this initially, this would have never happened because they would have worked this out before actually going ahead and getting married. And that's awesome. But again, hindsight is 2020. But I'm happy that today, in the future, today's day and age, they're actually doing a lot better. 5 years. Imagine if they did this when they first got married. Or maybe in their 20s or whatever it was, right? Well, they're in their 30s because they want to be together or whatever. But they would have been there in their 40s. And to me, that's amazing. I like this couple a lot, okay? I think they're probably like in their 40s or so on, and they're millionaires. And that's awesome. Why wouldn't you want this for yourself? But guys, that is it for this video. Comment down below and let me know exactly what you thought about it. On top, if you're new here, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified. If you guys want to text me if you want, join my Patreon, link down below, or send me a DM on Instagram at Tommy Bryson. And before I go, if you want to watch another reaction video, here it is right here. And click my face right here. See you guys tomorrow. And as always, peace.